My name is Kate.
My name's Margaret. I believe that's Phil. Last time
Nice
I
to
checked.
meet you. My name's
Asked
Phil.
Susan.
Oh, we're married, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, comedy gets worse. Just wait.
Okay, welcome to the Jewish Street Coffee House. Tonight we have the cool cats back out here and their meow song. Yep. But in reality, I gotta get off the sheet, I'm sorry. We're hybrid again tonight, which means you're here, that's great. If you are not here, we have a camera on the ceiling that just sees the stage. So you could be at home in your pajamas and see the same show. My name is John. I'm one of the volunteers here. Tonight we've got Joel working the sound.
Yay!
We've got Nick and Christine working the coffee bar there. Jennifer's doing whatever Jennifer does. And yeah, we've been in operation for 53 years in this room. 53 years, 52 Fridays in a year. You do the math. So tonight we've got the Bittersweet Christmas Band for their annual Bittersweet Christmas Band performance. There are flyers on the table that can show you about people who are still coming here in December. And I think with all of that, I think we'll say, take it away, cool cats.
Thank you, John. It wouldn't be the same without John introducing us.
Now is the time when the dark and the cold are upon us. The days are short, what light there is dim and muted. Nearly all the living green things of the earth have shed their leaves and sleep dormant, and we human beings, tied to the earth as we are, even those of us who live in the concrete jungles of crowded cities, feel a terror deep inside ourselves that the light and the warmth will never return again. So we buy living greens, holly, evergreens, poinsettias, bring them inside and deck them with lights. We light candles and sit in front of fires. We dress up in vivid green and bright red, the colors of love and fertility. And perhaps most important of all, we renew our sacred connections with those we love, as a way of reassuring ourselves that indeed the light and the warmth and the green of spring will return in the endless natural cycle of growth, death, and rebirth.
Bring out the holly and the wreaths of pine, fragrant and green in the winter time. Gather round the fires that will turn back the night, and we'll dance in the dark of the year.
The farm woman rises on Christmas morn, pulls on her boots and she heads for the barn. Cows won't wait, though it's Christmas Day. There's milking to be done and they need fresh hay. She thinks as she works how the year has gone. Money's been tight, but they're still hanging on. Grateful for the favors of the rain and sun. They will drink this day in the year to come.
When the sun grows pale and the world turns cold, let us do as our foremothers did of old. Gather round the fires with our stories and songs, and we'll dance in the dark of the year.
Sing with us.
Bring on the holly and the wreaths of pine, fragrant and green in the winter time. Gather round the fires that will turn back the night, and we'll dance in the dark of the year.
An old man awakens in a shelter bed.
brightly 8 long nights, how they danced in the dark of the year. Bring out the holly and the wreaths of pine, fragrant and green in the winter time. Gather round the fires that will turn back the night, and we'll dance in the dark of the year.
In the heart of the city where the gangs run free, an old woman decorates a Christmas tree. Children tried to tell her she should move away, but the home is hers, she swears she'll stay. She plugs in the lights and she sips some tea, and thinks what a lucky old woman is she. The children will be welcome on Christmas Day, but it's peaceful here when they're gone away.
Strike the harp and join the chorus, form a chain. Winter is turning to spring again. Whirl around the fire like our mother the earth. Dance to the dark of the year's rebirth. Bring down the holly and the wreaths of pine, fragrant and green in the winter time. Gather round the fires that will turn back the night, and we'll dance in the dark of the year. Dance in the dark of the year.
Thank you. So glad to be back here at the Two-Way Street. And I'm going to sing a song now about musicians going from door to door and begging for beer and money, something we know nothing about. And,
Next year, we're bringing Amari Lloyd.
and of course, we are much too dignified to sing nonsense syllables like a wop bop a loo bop a wop bam boom. So the chorus to this is fal de lal, de lal de lal, de lal de lal, de lal de lee.
Fall the darrow, fall the daddy, sing toor-a-lie doll. Got that?
But you will. We have confidence in you.
Yes. This is not exactly the Steel Eye Span version, but it's also about how the uncertainty of life is around all the time. So if we're alive for another new year, etc., and may that be so for all of us. Wassail throughout our town. Our trumpet is white and our ale is brown. Our wassail is made of the good ale and true. So nutmeg and ginger is the best we can do. Fall the doll, fall the doll, the doll, fall the doll, the doll, fall the doll, the dee. Fall the darrow, fall the daddy, sing toor-a-lie doll. Our wassail is made from the elderberry bough, and so my good neighbors will drink of the bough. Besides, all on earth you have apples in store. Pray let us come in, for it's cold by the door. Fall the doll, fall the doll, the doll, fall the doll, the doll, fall the doll, the dee. Fall the darrow, fall the daddy, sing toor-a-lie doll. master and a mistress sitting down by the fire, while we poor wassail boys do wait in the mire. And so pretty maid with your silver-headed pin, please open the door and let us come in. Father Dog, Father Dog, Father Dog, Father Dee, Father Dad, Father Dad, sing to the light of. We know by the moon that we are not too soon, and we know by the sky that we are not too high. We know by the stars that we are not too far, and we know by the ground that we are within sound. On the down, on the down, the down, on the down, on the deep, on the down, on the down, sing to the light out. There's our wassail boys growing weary and cold. Drop a bit of small silver into our old bowl, and if we're alive for another new year, perhaps we may call and see who do live here. On the down, on the down, the down, on the down, on the deep, on the down, on the down, sing to the light out. Thank you. You know what they call Santa's little helpers, don't you?
Subordinate clauses.
You know why they need therapy after the holidays?
Because they have very low self-esteem.
They're not gonna get any better than that. but-
They're likely to get worse, actually. And now to really make you head for the door, the banjo.
With a capo on it, nonetheless.
Wow. Well, the next song is an American song. The writer is Thomas W. Talley, and this is a jubilee, a joyful and cheery song, hence the banjo.
Even if we're playing it.
I think I had to put it modal to make it sad. The chorus comes around a lot if you like. Behold that star, behold that star, yonder, behold that star. It is the star of Bethlehem. There is no one found in the inn. This is the star of Bethlehem. For him who was born free from sin. This is the star of Bethlehem. Behold that star. Behold that star up yonder. Behold that star. It is the star of Bethlehem. The wise men came on from the east. This is the star of Bethlehem. To worship him, the Prince of Peace. It is the star of Bethlehem. Behold that star. Behold that star up yonder. Behold that star. It is the star of Bethlehem. A song broke forth upon the night. This is the star of Bethlehem. Angel hosts all dressed in white. This is the star of Bethlehem. Behold that star. Behold that star up yonder. Behold that star. It is the star of Bethlehem. Shucks.
Shucks, ma'am, yes.
Thanks for singing along, Nick.
And now, this is, well, sometimes I made sick jokes about this being a political joke because angles we have heard on high, but it's off the marks, but anyway.
No shame.
None.
Oi, oi.
It's not quite our existentialist Christmas either, but what sound do existentialist geese make while flying south? Ox, ox. I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
Well, so far I'd say the songs are batting 1 and the jokes 0.
So what else is new?
All right. This is another one of those very old songs that you all know, Christian or not. And if I recall correctly, this is one of a number of them that are based in French music, but we're only going to sing it in English.
May we?
Although if you know it in French, talk to me later. I'm dying to hear it. Angels behind on high, sweetly singing toward the plains, and the mountains sing reply, echoing their joyous strain.
Yeah, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Mwongo.
Malongo who?
Daylight come and me won't go home.
We told you it wouldn't get any better.
Sorry.
Anyway, the next song was actually written by Jennifer Cutting. Person who's writing and playing I've really admired but have never met in person. But she is a big fan of the East Coast holiday band Noel We Sing Clear with the gods John Roberts and Tony Barron. Of course, we lost Tony in 2022, and they sang the lead on this with the Ocean Orchestra recording. It's the title song, Song of Solstice, so it's got another nice rousing chorus. Raise the song of solstice high, through the wind and weather,
Welcome Yule with frost and fire, and sing we all together.
Tis the gateway of the year, shortest day and darkest hour, praises as our newborn son journeys back to its full power. Praise the song of solstice high, through the wind and weather, frost and fire, and sing we all together.
Phil is going to do his retuning magic while I introduce the song. So, I am a huge, avaricious reader of historically based fiction that is very well researched. And one of my favorite periods to read about is the Old Norse periods, long before Christianity. And one of the things I found out in reading these books was that at Yuletide, or the winter solstice, the goddesses ruled. That was their holiday. And all of the crafts that the women did were highly valued because they were not seen as trivial as they sometimes are now, because they were necessary for people to make it through until the next uncertain springtime. And the thing that I observed over time is that there are women today who are still following that path. Know it or not, that's what they're doing at Yuletide, including our very, very Lutheran sister-in-law. And she was very surprised when I told her I'd written a song that had been part inspired by her. So this is called The Women of Yule. She stands at the stove and she opens the oven. There's a ham and a casserole made with green beans. On the counter are cookies she baked just this morning. They are waiting for frosting in red, white, and green. There are friends and relations all making their way to her home for her grapefruit and fireside bright. She has never once heard a snowshoes, and she calls to her little dog in the Porcupine Mountains when winter is new, and she moves through the forest, not heeding the cold wind. Her parka is warm, and her fur mucklucks too. And her bowler's a stain, like family is here. With the birds and smoking, she brings home from the woods, and she offers her thanks to her goddess, Red Scotty, for the mountains are fair, and the hunting is good. In the coldest of countries, when Yuletide came round, 1,000 and more years ago, when survival till spring was an uncertain thing, and the ground was all covered with snow, and the goddesses ring as the winter descended, and the work of the winter was harder. And the goddesses ring as the winter descended, and the work of the winter was harder.
Thank you. And you're saying we really wanted to hear a 50s medley. We'll wait no further. 1650s.
Hey, they knew how to rock then, man.
Both tunes are found in the 1651 published collection of Playford dance tunes called the Complete Dancing Man. Playford's
Complete
Dancing Man.
Master. Yes.
There'll be a test later, so study up,
Yeah.
take notes.
I know this song from hearing Tony Barron sing it. I do not sound a thing like Tony, but that's okay. This is folk music.
And we end with a tune called The Parson's Farewell. Something. Must have been a fretting malfunction.
Tune your fingers, Phil. All hail to the days that merit more praise than all of the rest of the year, and welcome the nights that double delights, as well for the poor as for peer. Good fortune attend each merryman's friend that doth but the best he may, forgetting all wrongs in carols and songs to drive the cold winter away. 'Tis ill for a mind to anger inclined, to think on small injuries now. If wrath be to seek, do not lend her thy cheek, nor let her inhabit thy brow. Cross out of thy books malevolent looks, their beauties and youths decay, and wholly consort with mirth and with sport to drive the cold winter away. This time of the year is spent in good cheer, when neighbors together do meet, to sit by the fire in friendly desire, each other in love for to greet. Old grudges forgot are put in the pot, old sorrows aside they lay. The old and the young that carol a song to drive the cold winter away. When Christmas's tide comes in like a bride, in holly and ivy clad, 12 days of the year in mirth and good cheer in every household is had. The country guise is then to devise some gambles and Christmas plays, whereat the young men do the best that they can to drive the cold winter away.
I knew how to rock back then too.
Who knew you could sing a jig?
Yeah. All right. Well, it is said that out of all of the senses, the one that is the most evocative and that will bring you back to an earlier era in your life most quickly is the sense of smell. And for me, the scent of Christmas time, oh yeah, sure, you know, real pine trees, and yeah, we get one up in the UP every year. I wouldn't even bother if I couldn't have a real one. And but the other one was the scent when I was a kid of Payne's balsam fir incense, which was known as balsam pine. Yeah,
Balsam pine smells so fine.
yeah.
Those were in the little cabins, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and the Sears stores would have them, well, our Sears store anyway, which is of course no longer, had them right next to the cashew, the roasted cashew area. And I would beg for cashews and incense. And so this stuff has stayed with me through all these years, so fun stuff. At Christmas time when I was 4, my mom and me went to the store. I gave Santa Claus my list and punched him with my tiny fist. While salesmen in the aisle behind were busy hawking balsam pine. Balsam pine smells so fine, 50 sticks for 99. Balsam pine smells so fine, burn that stuff at Christmas time. Now all throughout my childhood days, mistletoe and holly sprays were there along with silver bells, but balsam pine was how it smelled. The Christmas tree would brightly shine, and in the air was balsam pine. Balsam pine smells so fine, 56, 199. Balsam pine smells so fine, burn that stuff at Christmas time. At Christmas 1968, the year when I was barely straight, I'd hide behind the Christmas tree and smoke until I couldn't see. But my poor parents' eyes were blind, they thought that smell was balsam pine. Balsam pine smells so fine, 50 sticks, $2.99. Balsam pine smells so fine, burn that stuff at Christmas time. When 3 and 30 was my age, that was the dinner party stage. When Christmas meant prime rib jus with French green beans and chocolate mousse. The guests would sit and sip their wine, their nostrils filled with balsam pine. Balsam pine smells so fine, 56, $3.99. Balsam pine smells so fine, burn that stuff at Christmas time. And now I'm getting old and gray, this world seems weirder every day. We text our emails from our cars to Bosnia and Zanzibar. But balsam pine has stayed the same, nothing but the price has changed. Balsam pine smells so fine, 50 sticks, $10.99.
What?
You gotta be kidding me. So you can get this little town-home cheap incense burner with a big chimney to burn it in. Balsam pine smells so fine, burn that stuff at Christmas time. We used to bring a few sticks of it along with us, but
Fire regulations.
fire regulations, and people would choke on it too.
Well, Kate had sung Behold That Star earlier in the set, and this is a song by Dave Carter about the very same thing, except it's bringing salvation to the here and now, not in some afterlife. Anyway, this is the nativity story modernized. And there's some dispute in the band about whether the wise men are cowboys or bikers. Susan and I side with the cowboys, but
In Evanston, Illinois, you can watch the guys on the motorcycles, the veterans, going down to bring their toys for tots. It's a wonderful thing. They just go in.
It is indeed.
so
But these guys are lost. I've been lost before, and this is what it looks like, eh?
the chorus of this song changes each time, but he'll deliver salvation to the weary and the cold, and he'll bring joy, joy, joy to the wandering soul, stays the same. And you can pick up any other parts you care to. And here we go. Three wise men riding hard through the cold, lost on some big city street with no place warm to go. They're looking for a manger or a sign in the lights, but they're a long way from Bethlehem tonight. But they heard about a Savior and a preacher in the park who'll camp with the homeless where they shiver in the dark. He'll deliver salvation to the weary and the cold, and he'll bring joy, joy, joy to the wandering soul.
The cleaning lady sighs as she closes up the gate. This job don't quite pay the bills, and she's always working late. All in a moment comes a light from above.
It's an angel speaking words of joy and love, and he tells her of the Savior and a preacher in the park who'll camp with the homeless under bridges in the dark. He'll deliver salvation to the weary and the cold, and he'll bring joy, joy, joy to the wandering soul. For in the morning at the Trade Winds Motel, the register reads all full up, and the clerk thinks just as well. But out in the tool shed by an old Coleman lamp, a little family makes its meager camp. And the wise men bring presents, and the angels gather round. The cleaning lady slips them through the door without a sound, and an old black dog will sound with the rest at the little babe upon his mother's breast. And there comes a Savior and a preacher in the park, and he camps at homeless when they shiver in the dark. He delivers salvation to the weary and the cold, and he brings joy, joy, joy to the wandering soul. He brings joy, joy, joy to the wandering soul. Thank you. I'm going to play one more song in this set. There is a Shrine to Capitalism on the piano, featuring Bittersweet recordings and February Sky recordings and C&E recordings and some Kate and Margaret projects. And
Another thing you should know is that the Bittersweet Band now has a Bandcamp site.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you can go there, and if you prefer downloading the stuff, hey,
you can do it.
knock your socks off, as they say.
It's already happened. Anyway, and of course, patronize the refreshments back there. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
But first, you have to gather up your gemütlichkeit. Say that 5 times fast.
Gather up Gemütlichkeit, gather up Gemütlichkeit, gather up Gemütlichkeit, gather up Gemütlichkeit, gather up.
A little more.
Up.
Yeah.
A little more sweet.
Anyway, I told Bob and Mick that this song is actually not a folk song or a singer-songwriter song. This is from a musical comedy. A great favorite of mine, possibly of yours as well. And I sing it because it's a really American song. It was written by an emigre who was a Russian Jew. More than 100 years ago, he emigrated and lived so very long that some of his older pieces actually went into public domain before he cashed it in. I am speaking, of course, of Irving Berlin. And the song is White Christmas, so if you feel like linking arms and kind of swaying and singing along from the beginning or anytime you feel like breaking in, otherwise I'll be doing my Bing Crosby imitation.
Did you bring rosemary?
Oh, I should have. I recently
I want the
acquired
dresses,
a Rosemary Clooney doll dressed as Betty Haynes in her red Christmas dress. I didn't bring it. Dang.
Oh, well.
I'll go home and get it.
Put it in your will for me.
Okay.
Hey, you will.
Thank you. Trying to kill me. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. From the top, Mitch Schmaltz. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Thank you so much.
All right, well, we'll be back with another whole set of
Yeah, wasn't that wonderful?
schmaltz and
We're doing the best we can to celebrate Christmas season, and I guess today is the first day of Hanukkah. Just second day. I'm sorry. All right, well, these guys will take a short break. Washrooms are out the door and to your left. And I usually start when there's no line for the washroom. So about 10 minutes.
That'll work for us.
Oh, Joel, there he is. So we're ready to get started for our second set. Next week we have Dean Milano with Julianne. Macaris, thank you. This coming Tuesday we have what's affectionately known as BYOS, which basically is a sing around, sit in a circle. You can be working on an original or a cover, and just a nice time to meet other musicians. What else have we got? I don't think I've got anything else, Phil. Are you guys ready to go?
I think we are.
They look ready. Do they look ready? I think so. All right. Bittersweet, set 2.
All right, well, welcome back, and we're going to start this with a new song followed by an old, so it's a medley, with an old traditional tune. This is a song written by Zoe Mulford. That's actually about holidays, came as holy days. You're supposed to be, besides partying your minds out, it's also a time for reflection, for what's coming, or missing friends, or looking forward to the next year. And this sort of song covers all of that stuff. And we're going to go right into a traditional Breton tune, which was a earworm for me this year. I had to finally figure out how to play it properly, and
then I said, "Oh, that's a cool tune. I want to learn that."
so we sort of
Turns out it's really
end Zoe's
easy.
song into the
Really.
trad tune, and
We're ready.
like to
Dancing barefoot in the snow, it's a very brisk
Yeah.
dance.
Zoe Mulford is a goddess.
right. Anyway, this song has an
Different
easy
tune.
singable chorus, and
You
All
may
we
have
do
heard it out
may
in
be
fun.
undone, but love stays loved, and songs stay sung. Love stays loved, and songs stay sung.
You may have heard Zoe sing it out at
the
Fox
festival,
Valley.
yes. There is an end to everything. The breath we take and the songs we sing, and the last phone rings and dies away, but the song stays sung till the end of days, and all we do may be undone, but love stays love and song stays sung. Love stays love and song stays sung. And astronomers could never judge the constellations of the heart. For lovers part and lovers part, but the love stays love till the end of time, and all we do may be undone, but love stays loved and song stays sung. Love stays loved and song stays sung, and every life is a brief bright spark that dies and seems to leave no mark. So we curse the dark and we mourn the flame,
show us still the pain, and all we do may be undone, but love stays love and song stays song. Love stays love and song stays song. And I've been told that we are made of dust cast off when stars decay, and the bodies stay that once were ours, but the dust goes on to make new stars, and all we do may be undone, but love stays love and song stays song. Love stays love and song stays song. Love stays love and song stays song.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you have never heard Zoe Mulford, go seek her out. She is a goddess.
Yes. Canadian friend Mike Crocker was very helpful getting me different versions of the Wren so I could make sure I didn't screw it up when I was learning it by ear.
An earworm for your Wren?
Yes.
That was fairly obscure, sorry. It took a
What
while.
did Santa say, Kate? Or what happened to Santa?
Well, I was going to say, what goes ho, 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 thump?
Thud.
Is that Santa laughing his head off?
I love that joke.
They don't get any better.
The sweet sounds of your agonized groans just,
Does our hearts good.
Well, the first song in this that kind of leads to the next song.
yeah, it kind of does. This is a beautiful poem by Eleanor Fargen, whose fiction I was fond of as a kid. And Andrew Calhoun, local talent, put it to a beautiful little tune. I ran into him at the French Market in Wilmette one summer a couple years back, and he played that. And immediately afterwards, I rushed the stage, as it were, and said, would you mind awfully if we steal that for the Bittersweets? And he said, I was hoping you'd say that. Like, Dude, you are my friend.
Yep.
The shepherd and the king, the angel and the ass, they heard sweet Mary sing when her joy was come to pass. They heard sweet Mary sing to the baby on her knee. Sing again, sweet Mary, and we will sing with thee. Earth bear a berry, heaven bear a light, man make you merry on Christmas night. The oxen in the stall, the sheep upon the hill, they are waking all to hear sweet Mary still. The child, baby is a child, and the child is running free. Sing again, sweet Mary, and we will sing with thee. Earth bear a berry, heaven bear a light, man make you merry on Christmas night. The people in the land, so many million strong, all silently do stand to hear sweet Mary's song. The child, he is a man, and the man hangs on a tree. Sing again, sweet Mary, and we will sing with thee. Earth bear a berry, heaven bear a light, man make you merry on Christmas night. The stars that are so old, the grass that is so young, they listen in the cold to hear sweet Mary's tongue. The man's a son of God, and in heaven walketh he. Sing again, sweet Mary, and we will sing with thee. Earth bear a berry, heaven bear a light, man make you merry on Christmas night. Earth bear a berry, heaven bear a light, man make you merry on Christmas night. Did you know that Andrew and I are born literally hours apart in the same year?
No.
It's true. Yes, he's my brother from a different mother, and I am his dark twin, so.
That's
We
saying
need to
something.
get booked for a goth show.
As Phil puts on the boingy boingy hat.
Yes, it's
Well-
amazing what can be found in resale shops.
I was one of the people that was raised on the Midnight Special back in the 60s. I this song on there every Christmas with the recitation. Of course, being of Swedish ancestry, have to do it. You know, you heard about the Swede that loved his wife so much he almost told her.
Scandalous.
You know, Ole and Lena, they go to the bar, you know, and Ole orders a couple of beers and says, "I love you."
Holy, is that you or the beer talking?
Oh, that was me talking to my beer. My mother used to say that is so Swedish, but anyway. So,
Yeah, Tom and Jerry is a drink that you don't see much anymore. It was very fashionable though in the 40s and 50s. It's made with a lot of rum and some cream, and it's hot. And I imagine if you drank 12 of them, you wouldn't feel real good when you woke up. And Gabriel Heater was a newscaster who began every newscast with the phrase, "There's good news in the world tonight."
I just go nuts at Christmas on that jolly holiday. I'll go in the red like a knucklehead, 'cause I'll squander all my pay.
Oh, I just go nuts at Christmas. Shopping sure drives me berserk. On the day before, rush in a store like a poor bewildered yerk.
I'll look at nightgowns for my wife, 'cause black ones trimmed in red.
Woohoo!
But I won't know her size, and so she'll get a carpet sweeper instead.
Oh, I just go nuts at Christmas when each kid hangs up his sock. It's a time for kids to flip their lids while their papa goes in hot.
On the night before Christmas, it's still in the house. My family is sleeping, so I'm quiet like a mouse. I look at my watch, and midnight is near. I think I'll sneak out for a cold glass of beer. Down at the corner, the crowd is making so merry, I end up by drinking about 12 Tom and Jerry. I get to bed late, and gee whiz, how I'm sleeping. When onto my bed, those darn kids, they come leaping. They sit on my face, and they yump on my belly, and I'm quivering all over like a bowl full of jelly. They scream, Merry Christmas, and my poor wife and me. We stumble downstairs, and she lights up the tree. My head is exploding, my mouth tastes like a pickle. I step on a skate and fall on a tricycle. Just before Christmas dinner, I relax to a point. Then relatives start swarming all over the joint. On Christmas, I hug and I kiss my wife's mother. The rest of the year, we don't speak to each other. After dinner, my aunt and my wife's Uncle Louie get into an argument. They're both awful screwy. And all my wife's family say Louie is right, and my goofy relations, they join in the fight. Back in the corner, the radio is playing, and over the racket, Gabriel Heater is saying, Peace on earth, everybody, and goodwill toward men. And just at that moment, someone slugs Uncle Ben. They all run outside whooping so neighbors will hear. I'm so glad Merry Christmas comes just once a year. Oh, I just go
nuts at Christmas, but I still have lots of fun. Just the same as you, I enjoy it too. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Sounded like that may have been a true story for some of you. Those chuckles, slightly embarrassed of recognition. Oh, the mother-in-law. Why don't you introduce this one?
This off again.
Yeah.
This is one of the older hymns and one of the more beautiful. Most of the time in this country, it's done in English. We do a little bit of the end of it in Latin, because that's what it was done first. And if you know it, join in.
Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, desire of nations blind, all peoples in one heart and mind. Bid envy, strife, and quarrel cease. Fill the whole world with heaven's peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou Key of David, come, and open wide our heavenly home. Make safe the way that leads on high, and close the path to misery. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Veni, veni, Emmanuel, captivum solve Israel, quid gemit in exilio, privatus Dei filio, gaude, gaude, Emmanuel, nasce to protect Israel.
It's actually a trilingual song because you got your English, you got your Latin.
You got your
And
Australian.
That's right. G'day.
No shame.
None whatsoever.
That's not a knife. Anyway,
Oh, what about that Sven and Ollie that went hunting?
oh yeah, no, up in the UP where we moved 10 years ago, Sven and Ole, they go out and they're not the sharpest knives in the drawer, if you get my drift. And they go deer hunting, and through some miracle, they get themselves a nice fat buck. And they're dragging that buck back by the hind legs, and the antlers, they're getting caught up in all the shrubberies and debris, and they got the long trail of debris behind them, and it's getting harder and harder to pull that deer when who should appear but their friend Lars.
And Lars takes one look at these two guys and says, "You knuckleheads, why the heck are you dragging that deer by the feet and getting the antlers caught in all those vines and shrubs and bushes and stuff? You guys should try dragging that deer by the antlers instead of the feet. You try it. You'll see it'll be a lot easier for yous."
So they're dragging that deer by the antlers, and Sven says, "Ole, that Lars is a pretty smart feller. It's gotten easier to drag this deer by the antlers."
Yeah, but we're getting further and further away from the car.
We've all been that person. Next song is another one that I heard on the Midnight Special, and I don't know that if this was a traditional song or whether Bob Beers fit it to a traditional Irish tune but made up the words to sort of sound traditional. They did that back in the 50s and 60s.
We're still doing it.
Yeah. But it's called The Three Little Drummers. We follow it with an Irish Christmas carol, which in Gaelic is titled Mary Bore a Son to God, and then an Andro Neves, which is a New Year's dance, like the Wren dance barefoot by men on New Year's Day with their barefoot in the snow. I read it on the back of a record jacket, so I
So
know
it
that
must be true.
Three little drummers stood on the high ground. They marched all about and they circled around. When they were abreast, three in a line, then off they did go for to follow the sign.
Valley and stubble and river and hill, three little drummers came over the hill. Three drummers from Africa leading the way, to play for the baby on Christmas Day.
Baker and beggar and soldier and Jew, who do as they will and as other men do. When they were abreast, three in a line, then off they did go for to follow the sign.
Valley and stubble and river and hill, three little drummers came over the hill. Three drummers from Africa leading the way, to play for the baby on Christmas Day.
Sheep and the pasture did wander afar, to join with their brothers to follow the star. When they were abreast, three in a line, then off they did go for to to follow the sign.
Valley and stubble and river and rill, 3 little drummers came over the hill. 3 drummers from Africa leading the way to play for the baby on Christmas Day.
Then cities did open and nations arise to follow their kings in the light in the sky. And they were abreast, 3 in a line, then off they did go to follow the sun.
Valley and stubble and river and rill, 3 little drummers came over the hill. 3 drummers from Africa leading the way to play for the baby on Christmas Day.
Jazz. Thank you. I almost started playing the Wren instead of the Irish tune. I was trying to think, where am I in there? So I can get it started again.
Well, that's
Yeah.
my job, dear.
If you have to think about it, you're lost.
Yeah, well. All right, well, this is a song that's based on a true story, very loosely based on a true story. Someone came up to me after a concert once and told me the story about an elder woman in his life who really, really loved Christmas lights. And I was like, oh my God, I've got to make that into a song. It turned into a song about some people who are younger than that, and I don't know why, because it's a mystery. And all of the people in this band love Christmas lights. Drive around after dark going, oh, look at that one over there.
We have seen some houses in Michigan that were probably built in 1902 and probably had, I don't know, 3,500 lights strung all over the roof and down the sides and around the windows, and all you can do is go, wow.
Yeah.
I rode on the holiday CTA train this week.
Yay! Woo!
So much fun. You guys can do it too, you know.
So this is called Annie's Lights. My name is Mary. I'm from this small Midwestern town where I was born the year when World War II was winding down. When we were children, this was a quiet country place with fields of corn surrounding it and lots of open space. Neighbors were friendly, no fear of violence or crime, and every house was brightly decked with lights for Christmas time. My best friend Addie lived in that old house right next door.
the largest in our township then, and built in 1904. Her folks were well off, they ran the only store in town. On dark December nights, their house would glow for miles around. And me and Annie, we'd always help to string the lights. Thanksgiving Friday, up on ladders, busy from the heights. And when the night had fallen, we would wait out on the lawn and share that magic moment when the Christmas lights came on. When I was 14, one gloomy January day, our family made the big move to the city far away. We closed this house up, it wasn't worth enough to sell, and each of us went out to pay our friends a fond farewell. The tears were falling when me and Annie said goodbye. I'll write you every evening, to each other we did cry. But I had a new life, and soon I wrote her less and less. We moved a time or two, and she lost track of my address. And in the 60s, I marched against that evil war. I hitchhiked, lived in communes, questioned what my life was for. My heart got broken, and I got weary roaming round. And when the 60s ended, I came here to settle down. One night in August, I made my way along the street and stopped in sheer amazement at the scene my eyes did meet. There was that old house in Christmas memories I'd seen, lit up from porch to turrets, shining red and white and green. I rang the doorbell, not knowing what to hope or fear. A little boy appeared. I asked, is Annie living here? He merely nodded, and as I looked to where he gazed, I saw her in a wheelchair by a tree with lights ablaze. She smiled gently. I took her hand and held it tight and asked, what is the meaning of these August Christmas lights? She said, my children know how I love to see them glow. Thanksgiving would have been too late. Their daddy told them so. Ere Hallows Eve came, we had to tell our friend goodbye. The last thing Annie saw was Christmas lights against the sky. We left them burning until the new year came to call. On Christmas Eve we swore we heard her singing, deck the halls. Fa la 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 la.
Did that bring a deer or two to the eye?
We've always said Susan should sell the plot line to Hallmark.
Well, not the current iteration of Hallmark.
They could, they could make a holiday movie out of that for sure. One with teeth in it.
False teeth?
Oh, no.
Maybe?
We were at a festival once where Scott Alaric was talking about the fact that his niece was saying, well, this sounds a lot like folk music. She's hearing something on the radio. So why do you say that? Well, what's a song that's about something?
This is actually a good example of that. By, again, local talent, this time John Prine. Christmas happens wherever you are, and this is about Christmas that happened in a place I'm sure the individual singing the song did not really care to be. It was Christmas in prison, the food was real good. We had turkey and pistols carved out of wood. And I dream of him always, even when I don't dream. His name's on my tongue and his blood's in my stream. Wait a while, eternity. Old Mother Nature's got nothing on me. Come to me, run to me, come to me now. We're rolling, my sweetheart, we're flowing by God. He reminds me of a chess game with someone I admire, or a picnic in the rain after a prairie fire. His heart is as big as this whole goddamn jail, and he's sweeter than the saccharin at a drugstore sale. Wait a while, eternity. Old Mother Nature's got nothing on me. Come to me, run to me, come to me now. We're rolling, my sweetheart, we're flowing by God. The searchlight in the big yard swings round with the guns. Spotlights the snowflakes like dust in the sun. It's Christmas in prison, there'll be music tonight. I'll probably get homesick, I love you, good night. Wait a while, eternity. Old Mother Nature's got nothing on me. Come to me, run to me, come to me now. We're rolling, my sweetheart, we're flowing by God. Wait a while, eternity. Old Mother Nature's got nothing on me. Come to me, run to me, come to me now. We're rolling, my sweetheart, we're flowing by God.
So, around a big chunk of the world, the Christmas story is a pretty big deal. And it's not just the wise men, it's not just the camels, it's not even angels coming down. It's basically includes the shepherds who were out there watching their sheep by night. And you know what that means? That means that it was somewhere around lambing time, because that's when the shepherds were out all night. So this is a shepherd's rocking carol, and then it goes translated from
Polish.
And then we go straight into a song that most of you know. Hush, you Jesus, baby king, see a coat of fur we bring. We will hush you, rock you, wrap you, that sweet sleep may warmly lap you. Hush, you darling little one, Mary's baby, Mary's son. Away in a manger, no crib for a bed, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the bright sky looked down where he lay. The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay. The cattle are lowing, the poor baby wakes, but little Lord Jesus no crying he makes. I love thee, Lord Jesus, look down from the sky and stay by my cradle till morning is mine. I think I must have been about 6 when we did that in junior choir.
Well, we'd like to thank you for spending your Friday night here with us at the Two-Way Street. All the Two-Way staff, Joel and Jennifer and John and everybody else. Names escaped me, unfortunately, but we're glad, and of course, all of you for coming here.
And for staying after the jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we even skipped a couple of them.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Probably just as well. All right, well, I worked for way too many years in a major downtown law firm with lots and lots of employees. And one of the hardest things for me at this time of the year was listening to everybody bitching about the holidays. Oh, I hate the holidays. My mother-in-law's going to come, and I'm going to have to hire someone to clean the house so it'll be clean enough for her.
Oh, those teenagers making a ruckus and complaining about the food and only playing with their cell phones.
I couldn't get the clerk to serve me. There was a line 6 people long.
On and on and on and on. Well,
Christmas for Karens, right?
yeah, exactly. Difficult as that was, I always kept in mind that if you peel back all of the stuff we put on the holidays, that's the part that people don't like. And when you get right down to it, to the core, what it's really all about is people coming together in peace at the holiday season to bloody well survive until spring. And that's what this song is about. And it's called Despite It All. Oops. Get
More
the
than
pick.
20 years old now.
Oh, yeah. It's that time of the year when you go out and buy stuff for people you don't really like. Your boss and your landlord, your crazy Aunt Mary, who tells everyone you're a dyke.
What?
And you think that if someone gives you one more cheese ball, you'll put it, well, we won't say where. But through all this madness, you still feel the magic. You know it will always be there.
Christmas or Hanukkah, solstice or Kwanzaa, whatever the name. Behind all that's crass and commercial, there's something quite real just the same. And despite all the crowds and the traffic, the sloshed party-goers dressed up like the Pope, all over this planet we're dreaming together of peace, joy, and hope.
There are Christmas CDs with arrangements of Silent Night by the Tijuana Brass. There's food sweet and rich, so you overindulge and you end up with heartburn and gas. And then there's that family dinner you belch as your
was the dog?
father-in-law's saying grace.
It was Phil.
But when Scrooge is redeemed by those three ghosts of Christmas, it still brings a smile to your face.
Christmas or Hanukkah, solstice or Kwanzaa, whatever the name. Behind all the tinsel and trappings, there's something quite real just the same. And despite all the shopping, the cooking, the cleaning, the deadlines with which you can't cope, all over this planet we're dreaming together of peace, joy, and hope.
There are fake Santa Clauses with styrofoam beards who hate kids and like making them cry.
Come back here, kid. Sit on my knee right now.
There are Christmas trees made out of plastic that smell like a microwave oven that dies.
outside.
There are people who smile and say Merry Christmas. You know that they wish you were dead, but it's Christmas time keeps you from taking your eggnog and pouring it over their head.
Christmas or Hanukkah, solstice or Kwanzaa, whatever the name. Behind all the cheap, phony sentiment, something's quite real just the same. And although by the time Christmas Eve rolls around, you may be at the end of your rope, all over this planet we're dreaming together of peace, joy, and hope. Of peace, joy, and hope.
And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more.
Thank you.
Another oldie but goodie.
Oh, John's coming up.
Aha.
Oh,
You know what that means?
we're in trouble, right?
It means it's almost the bewitching hour when this place turns back into an empty space. So thanks everybody for coming. Next week, we've got Dean Milano and Julianne McCarris. Thank you. And like I say, we do this every Friday night, and this is no exception. But tonight, for the first time ever, maybe not, no one gets out of the coffee house without an encore. So, just by chance, Phil and Susan and ladies, do you have one more?
By chance, we do.
Oh my goodness, well,
We've played here before.
yeah, I know, many times. Alrighty, take it away, guys.
All right, here's a song that was written by a Unitarian minister in the 1840s in response to the Mexican-American War. Another thing that I've learned from my reading of well-researched historical fiction is, God darn it, we've been fighting this battle for too long.
It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing. Still through the cloven skies they come, with peaceful wings unfurled, and still their heavenly music floats o'er all the weary world. Above its sad and lowly plains they bend on hovering wing, and ever o'er its babble sounds the blessed angels sing. Yet with the woes of sin and strife the world has suffered long. Beneath the heavenly strain have rolled 2,000 years of wrong. And man at war with man hears not the tidings which they bring. Oh, hush the noise, ye men of strife, and hear the angels sing. For the days are hastening on, by prophets seen of old, when with the ever-circling years shall come the time foretold, when peace shall over all the earth its ancient splendors fling, and the whole world give back the song which now the angels sing.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you all.
Blessed you all.